Now living in Florida, we've had a few hurricanes that have come close enough for some concern, but we know we're supposed to be here. God led us and directed us here to our place. He choreographed each step just in time with the other one, so everything just moved just in fluid motion. And He did it during COVID and gave us this beautiful home. But following God does not always mean life will be easy. And I want to talk to you about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. The disciples followed Jesus wherever He went. They willingly would follow Him. Unless He told them to meet them in a certain place, they would follow Him. And in Matthew, in the chapter 8, in verses 23 and 24, it says, Then He, which was Jesus, got into the boat, and His disciples followed Him. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. Just as Jesus has led Deb and I here to this move in Florida, His disciples were led by Jesus to follow Him onto the boat. They followed His lead, but look where it got them. In the middle of this ferocious storm. They didn't disobey God. They were obedient to Him. But yet, they're in the middle of this storm. And a lot of times we think that it's our disobedience that caused storms in our lives. But think of it. It's the other way around right here. And it could be the other way around in your life too. We can, or when we accept Christ, we give God carte blanche to use our lives for His purpose. And many times God will use the storms of life to accomplish His purpose. And in our mind, we believe that as followers of Jesus, though, life should be easy, right? And we've given Him our life now. It should be an easy road. But when is the time that you learn from God? That's the most. Think about it. When are the times that you learn and that you grow? It's when you face a crisis or that you're living in the middle of a hardship. That's when you learn and grow. See, God uses the storms in our lives to accomplish His purposes. But there are things that we learn in the storms that we wouldn't learn in other times in our lives. And He puts us in there for a reason, in His reason. But then we always seem to come out knowing more about why we were in there once we got out. There's times when we're not sure why God used it, but His Holy Spirit worked through it. He used it for His purpose. The storm was another learning and growing lesson for the disciples, just like it is for us in our lives when it happens. Just remember that God has His purposes in the storms that happen in our lives. And just as Jesus was with His disciples, He will be with us too. God bless you, everyone. Look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.